Hello and welcome to a new episode from Mac the Tech. This is Muhammad. I am Power BI consultant and I'm here to help you in your Power BI project. I make a small series of episodes that cover different topics in Power BI to guide you and help you in your Power BI journey. I think you will like the content that I'm presenting, and for this, I'm going to ask you to subscribe for this channel, turn on the bell icon to receive notification as soon as I post something new, and like and share the episode with your friends that are interested in such content. Without further ado, let's go to the episode and see what today we are going to cover in Power BI. On the computer. And today we're going to focus on DAX functions or data analytics expressions that will be used extensively in Power BI. We're going to start today with the basic expressions of DAX, which is the sum and the SUMX, and how we can use and utilize both. But before, let me tell you that I'm going to use a sample data that I built from scratch. And this sample data, if you go to the data, you can see it. It's a normal data. It has a date, a product from 1 to 4. It has quantity and a unit price amount. That's it, nothing else. Now, if I want to see in this data, I'm going to take the date and I'm going to use the year and I'm going to use also the month. Expand, and you can see it's a 2022 Jan to December. Till now it's cool. And if we're going to put the product at the headers, you can see you have product 1 to 4. Now, for the sake of only better visualization, I'm going to use only 2 products out of these. So I'm going to take the product and I'm going to make a filter on this page and tell them only product 1 and 2. And this way it will be better for you to see it on the screen. Now, if I want to add the quantity in the values, you can immediately see that the quantities are summed and they are sold in particular months. This is no problem. If I put the unit price, you will find that the unit price has a problem, which is it's not giving you a unit price, it's giving you a total, which is wrong. So instead of using this unit price, we're going to use the average here, because the average will give you the exact 200 that is sold each and every single time, or 250, which is the unit price of product 2. Very good till now. Now I want to get the total sales for each product. How to get the total sales for each product? Well, actually there's several methods. One of the methods, which is not recommended all the time because it will load the data into the data model, is using a calculated column. So if I add a new column here, I can say total sales, and it is what? It is quantity multiplied by unit price amount. The good part when you use a calculated column, you see it is at row level, not at column level. And this is what you have to be careful of, because in a new added column, you're working on the raw data, whereas in a measure, you're always calculating columns. Remember that. Remember it always. Measures calculate columns. Columns, when you add a new column, it calculates per row level. So here, if I go back and I add the total sales, it is done. We can see that the total sales is 5,600, and here you can see the total sales per month for each of the products. I think it is very good, but you can see if every time I have such thing, I have to add a column, then my data model will be bigger and loading the data will be harder. So that's why the measures are a very good functions, because they will not tamper the data as it is. Rather, it will be a calculated field outside the data that you will loading from your database. So let's add a measure and make a sum measure. So if I want to add a measure total sales, so total sales, and make a sum of total sales, remember it's columns. That's why if I try to get the quantity, you will never be able to do it. You need to do a sum to get it. So sum quantity, here it is, multiplied by a sum of
unit price amount. When I do this and I press enter, I have this new measure, total sales sum. And if I add it to the total sales, you will find something very interesting and disturbing a little bit. Because here you can see that the total sales are matching in terms of the months, but in total sum, it is not matching at all. And now we can look at the total sum. You can see it is per month it's good, but in total it is wrong. Why? Because we use the sum, and as I told you, sum function or DAX function, they only calculate functions on column basis. So what to do? We need to use a different expression, and this is where the SUMX comes handy. And now if we want to add a new measure, we can also click on here to get the new measure, and we can use total sales SUMX. SUMX. And check this out. When you use SUMX, when you open the bracket, it tells you immediately you have to use a table and expression. Our table is the sample data, comma, and then we write the expression. What's the expression? Quantity times unit price amount. Close the bracket and enter. And now you can see in a very simple formula without making columns, nothing, we have the total sales SUMX, which is correct by everything. It's just identical to the one that we created in the calculated fields. SUMX uses a data expression model that uses the table and the expression on the table. And this way, you will not be dealing with columns the same way that you use when you use the normal sum function. And you don't have to create a new field or new column value to get your calculations done for you.
That's it for today. I hope you liked the episode, and if you liked the episode, please write in the comments what did you like, and let's open a discussion about the episode and what you think is challenging to you in your Power BI project. I'm here to help you. Please reach out if you need any help. Have a nice day.